And now that we're done talking about how all of your talents pale in comparison to those of your coworkers in the field, let's move on to discuss how none of your friends actually like you and you're going to die alone surrounded by 10 cats who will then pick your bones completely clean before anybody even realizes you're dead. What the fuck? Stop. What do you want from me? Today we're making bread. Let's start by determining how much flour I actually have. I'm just gonna go with 4 cups. 3/4 of a tablespoon salt, 2.5 cups of water at about 110 degrees Fahrenheit to activate the yeast. What I'm gonna do is start with cold water and add boiling water until it is hot but still comfortable to touch. That might be a little too hot. Alright, I think that's my sweet spot. It's not burning me, but it still feels hot. 1/4 teaspoon of sugar, 1 packet of yeast. Now I'm gonna give that about 5 minutes to activate. Here's our dry ingredients. Oh dear. I used the amount of water I was supposed to use for the 6-cup of flour recipe. This is gonna get interesting. Guess I could just add 2 more cups of flour and hope that it doesn't completely overflow the pan. We're gonna see how it goes. Another 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and we're gonna go full ham with 2 more cups of flour. Very, very sticky dough. I'm gonna need more flour again. Oh, geez, oh boy. This is about as inexact as I remember baking always being. Keep folding flour in until the dough has been placated. I think we finally have a cohesive dough ball. Now I've got to get this covered. The recipe says to use an oiled sheet of plastic wrap, which promises to be a huge mess, but we'll see what we can do. Here's the plan. I'm gonna first just plastic wrap it, put a tiny bit of oil on here, spread it around, and then try to flip the plastic wrap over without making a mess. That looks like plenty, honestly. Spread this around. Now we flip. We try to position it the same way. That works surprisingly well. I think we're good. I'm gonna go wash my hands because oil is disgusting. Now we just need to let the dough rise for 18 to 24 hours. Nah, fuck that. We need to do this a lot faster. Putting things in the microwave that shouldn't be put in the microwave. We're doing microwave yeast, baby! 1 bowl of dough, 1 mug of very hot water, minimum power for 3 minutes. This looks a little bit bigger, but it definitely hasn't doubled in size. Some of the other guys on the internet said to microwave for more like 10-15 minutes. So I'm thinking I'll do that for the next rise. For now, look, and just give that a light knead. It is sticking to the bowl more than I'd like, but we're gonna say that's okay. Sticking to me more than I'd like. I'm gonna put this back in the microwave for 10 minutes instead of the planned 3, and then I'm gonna let it rest for 6 minutes. In the meantime, I'm gonna prepare this pot to act as a makeshift Dutch oven. All I'm gonna do is line it with parchment paper, and that should be good enough. It's kind of wet inside. Not as tidy as I'd like, but we're gonna call that good enough. Still 6 more minutes to go over here. That means it's coffee time. I'm only gonna have 1 mug because it's kind of late already. Now the moment of truth. Can I successfully transfer it to the baking pot? That kind of worked. It's inside the paper at least. That's a lot of frickin' dough, good lord. Just gonna sprinkle a little bit more flour on top. And I'm gonna cut 3 big score lines. 450 degrees. We're gonna go for 37 minutes with the lid on, and then remove the lid and bake for a further 10 minutes. Buddy, how you doing? You hanging out in the window? You good boy. Ah! Hey! Are you gonna be such a little gremlin all the time? That's looking pretty frickin' artisan if you ask me. Hey! Parchment paper for the win, yo. That worked out perfect. Now I'm just gonna wrap this in towels and let it cool for 20 minutes before slicing. nice looking loaf of bread. Okay, are we good? Every fucking day with this shit. Just to reiterate, I made this by rising my yeast in the microwave in under 20 minutes, and it tastes amazing. So if anybody ever tells you you need a whole day or even just 2 hours to rise your yeast, they're bullshitting you. Microwave everything.